if we didn't forget the struggle, would we keep reselling? It's kind of like childbirth. Howdy y'all, my name is Gretchen. I'm the Restless Thrifter and I'm a reseller on eBay and other platforms. I'm just gonna say that until I check to see what I sold on in the last 48 hours. Yeah, I last shipped on Sunday night, or packed up orders on Sunday night, and it is now Tuesday night, Tuesday, December 3rd. So this will be the last 48 hours. And I think I had like 9, I don't know. I'm kind of guessing here. I had some interesting ones though, like some old things that are finally selling, as well as some brand new things like I just listed. No middle ground here. We're going to go in reverse order because I just worked my way through my emails. I have to go one by one because I will make mistakes. If you have stumbled upon my channel and you're like, what is a reseller? What is she doing? I resell things on eBay, Poshmark, other platforms for a profit, mostly used clothing. Also some home goods, as you'll see, like knickknacks and that kind of stuff. The first item is a pair of boxer shorts, boxer briefs actually. Brand new. The brand is called Shinesty. I think their fun colored ones are more popular. I have just a solid, like they have patterns and stuff. I have just a solid one. But I thought this was hilarious. It says, ball hammocks. Welcome to Valhalla. Can't make this stuff up. Now this is new in package, but it did sell once, and then the guy sent it back because he was like, oh my God, they're enormous. He didn't know what size he was buying, and they are a 5X. So yeah, they're some big boxer shorts, and they're very brightly colored. I hope whoever gets these is pleased, or it could also be a gag gift. These are the Supernova. Y'all, I don't know. Put that silica gel packet in there. Okay, so these are going out to Oklahoma, and they look like they're really comfortable. They're very soft. They seem like high quality boxer briefs. And like I said, they have some fun prints that I think sell better. But these took a while to sell the first time and the second time. Okay, so these sold in a gazillion years. No, almost 2 years. Almost 2 years to sell the second time around. They sold for $9 plus shipping. I did have them on my 50% off sale. Somebody sent me an offer countering that 50% off, and I said, sure, because, like I said, had them a while. With shipping, they sold on eBay, by the way. And with shipping, the buyer paid $15.70. My fees are $2.44. And then we're going to figure out what shipping costs for me to send it out. I paid $3.26 at a thrift store in Denver when I lived there a couple years ago. It's been a while. All right. Put these in an 8x11 poly mailer. I haven't tested my scale in the other room to see if it's off, but we'll see if any of these end up weighing more than what I had estimated, because yesterday it was interesting, right? All right, this weighs, I'm going to round up to 7 ounces. So far, so good in the weight category. It's going to go USPS ground for $4.31. And let's purchase that label. I thought I heard it purchase. I made $5.69 after 2 years. These are the kinds of things you need to not pick up, possibly. Comp them. I picked this up as a last minute thing. It was near the register, and I'm like, oh, And I looked them up and they seem to sell well, but again, it was the fun prints. So this is going to Oklahoma, putting on a thank you sticker, and we're done with the first one. The second one is something I picked up a long time ago as well at a thrift store where I volunteered for a while. And this is going to Texas, somewhere I've never heard of. It's an African hand-painted ostrich egg. I know, an ostrich egg, like a real ostrich egg, sans egg, just the shell. It's got a hunter and some, I mean, it looks like the hunter is hunting ostriches. So that's some irony for you right there. Those look like ostriches, and there's the hunter, and it's speckled. It's got a sun on the top and the hole in the bottom where I drained the egg. Kind of gross, huh? I'm going to wrap this up in bubble wrap. I've had this for 2+ years on this as well. And it did sell promoted on eBay. With shipping, they paid $49.21. So I think they paid full price, which was $38 plus shipping. And my cost of goods is $0 for some reason. I don't know. I must have like averaged everything out and then forgotten to include this. 7, 11, 10 are the fees. It's not so bueno. And then we're going to figure out the shipping. At least the cost of goods was $0, sorta. All right, I'm wrapping it up in some bubble. I'm gonna wrap it till it's pretty thick. Till it at least feels like I can't, really squeeze and feel the egg very easily. And then I'm gonna tape up the ends. That gives it some padding too. I'll show you when I get done taping it up what I mean. Whenever I try to tape without using the tape gun, I fail. Okay, so it's kind of padded on the ends too, and then I'm going to do some more bubble this way. No, I already did that. I'm going to do a little bit of bubble going lengthways. Not as much, just enough to get some padding around the sides too. My hair is getting in the tape. Oh, I'm doing the same way. I'm going to do it this way. I wonder if this would have sold faster if I'd shown that it was ostriches being hunted. You can kind of see that in one picture, but mostly I just have the hunters. I don't even think I noticed the ostriches. Let's Kind of the irony, right? Killed you and your babies. Oh. No ostriches were harmed. By me, at least. I wonder what you do with them. I have eaten emu burgers, but I don't, and maybe even ostrich burgers. All right. See? Can't do it. Not very good at this. Finger got caught in there. All right, back to this. Okay, so it's padded all around. It measures approximately 8 by, let's say 10 by 8 by 6, but I think I want to put it in a bigger box than that. 9 by 7 by 6. There we go. This is a Sam's Club box. Let's see what shipping option this guide shows. USPS Ground Advantage. Okay. And so this box, I'm going to put some packing paper in. Alright, I'm going to do box in a box. This is kind of, I would definitely never ship like that. And I'm going to do a box in a box. And I'm going to see if I can print with my, I'm just not even, entire phrases are not coming out of my mouth. Sorry. I don't know why. Okay, so let's see. Oh, that's not going to work. You can see I put absolutely no thought into this before I started working on it and turning on the phone camera. Nope. Sure didn't. I was hoping to find something to put my hair back with, because now I'm wishing it was not on my neck. So like, oh, I'll wear it down for the video. Maybe it'll look nicer. And now I'm just like, get it off my neck. There. That is going to have to work. these I'm going to pat it with as well. So you can see, and then I'm going to put some more of this paper on top. Not everything will take this long. This measures 13 by 12 by 13. I had already measured it a while back. It's a really sturdy box too, because it is what my medication comes in. And I'm going to put some fragile stickers on it. Cover up the Rush perishable because it's no longer perishable. It is fragile. So 13 by 12 by 13, I think is what I said. It's not very heavy at all. 2 pounds, and I'm going to round up to 4 ounces. It's going to be $14.61 to ship. And I made $23.50. I feel pretty good about the security of that one because it's a box in a box with bubble and air pockets and etc. I've decided that Christmas music, it's like trying to make you believe it's the most wonderful time of the year, but really it's really stressful. And they're just trying to convince you. It's like demands, have yourself a merry little Christmas. All right, what's next? Got an ostrich. Those were the last two to come in. Next one is another breakable item that's sold on Poshmark. It is an NCAA Southwest Conference SWC glass tumbler. Vintage 1980s football team logos. Texas A&M, where I went, used to be part of the Southwest Conference, and no longer is. The Southwest Conference is no longer around, to my knowledge. Could be wrong. So, just a little nostalgia. I got this at a garage sale. Oh yeah, there's one more thing I'm gonna have to get. I paid 50 cents for this. It sold for $16. My fees are $3.20. So my profit is going to be $12.30. And I can put this in a USPS priority mailbox. I think I have one that's like 5 by 5 square or 8 by 8. Something like that. I think will be great for it. First I'm going to bubble it up. I filled the inside and with paper, and now I'm gonna roll it. I don't pick up a lot of this type of stuff, but this time of year, when they're buying gifts, maybe people buy this stuff other times of the year too, but I want to make sure I have giftable things in my stores and closets. I just don't like to pack up breakables. It takes me a while. It takes a lot of materials. I get all flustered. My videos end up really long. So if I can make the same kind of money, like I made $12.30. If I can make that on a sweater, even better. But this was nostalgia. For me, and I'm sure others. Haven't looked to see where this is going, but possibly somewhere else in Texas. Let me get the box. Okay, yeah, this one is a 7x7x6. Fits in there pretty good. But with some room to put some extra padding. Okay. This was a Posher VA offer that was sent out for 20% off. Posher VA is an automation service. You can share your closet. This is going to Indiana. None of the schools are in Indiana, but people move. And I have a discount code for that too. It also does offers. It's all for Poshmark only. Vendoo, you can send offers now. So that's cool, but it doesn't have a closet sharing service yet. And as long as that's part of Poshmark, I'm going to keep something to automate that. All right, I'm going to skip the next one because I have to go get it and it's going to be a hassle to ship. So may save that for last. The next item is a Patagonia shirt. It is a Patagonia size medium Capilene cool daily shirt, long sleeve, mountain 50 plus UPF Gorp core. Great sell-through rate on this. I think it's like 70% or something. That glass sold in 2 weeks. And I lied. It didn't sell through an offer. It sold full price. I should look at these things before I start spouting off details that are inaccurate. This sold in 3 weeks, also full price, but it was promoted, so my fees were a little extra. They paid $33 plus shipping, which came to $39.09. And my cost of goods, I paid up a little bit for this because I looked it up and saw that sell-through rate. That was awesome. It was $9.73. Marketplace fees, $8.79. And what is that? Sell-through rate, 72%. And this was for women's Capilene long sleeve shirts. I don't know if they have tanks and other stuff, but with sun protection, you'd want long sleeves, so maybe not. This is an eBay sale. It weighs 4.9. I'm going to round up to 6 just to be on the safe side. And it's going in a 6x9. You USPS Ground Advantage will cost $4.78. And I made $15.79. It's going to North Carolina. See how much faster clothing is? And I made more than I did on that cup. If I can find the higher dollar home goods, then that's one thing, but maybe I will remind myself of this next time I pick something up like that cup. But I probably won't. I'll probably forget. If we didn't forget the struggle, would we keep reselling? It's kind of like childbirth. Okay, the next item is another eBay sale. Something that sold once was returned for fit and came back. It's a pair of really cute Kate Spade shoes, sneakers. It's got pink and white and snake print. Very cute. Kate Spade size 9 shoes, dash sneaker, leather snake print, pink, white, low top. It's going to somewhere in Texas, a town where one of my college boyfriends was from. And it sold for $22.40 plus shipping. I think that was an offer to watchers. And it sold after almost 2 years for the second time. Yeah. And I got this at a Denver thrift store. And I paid up because I was like, oh, it's Kate Spade sneakers. Of course they're going to sell quickly. Almost 2 years later. Yeah. I need a longish box. That's perfect. Tell me, what do you put your shoes in when you ship them? Do you put them in a box? Do you put them in a poly mailer? I'm probably a little too worried about things when I put things in a box that could go in a poly mailer. I don't know. Shipping will be more expensive in a box usually just because of the weight. As long as I estimate it correctly, then the buyer's paying for it. I do calculated shipping and I share 5%, this is new, 5% of the discounted rate with my customers. I'm doing that to see if that helps increase sales, and I'll share another 5%, so I'll bump it up to 10% after a week of this and see what happens. All right, this measures at 12 by 9 by 5. 12 by 9 by 5. And it weighs 2 pounds, 2 ounces. It's going to be $6.61. And my profit's only $10.08 because I spent $10.87. Marketplace fees were $4.72. With shipping, they paid $32.28. I'm glad those sold. Next one. Next one is a sweater that took a long time to sell too. It's a Tact Squad USA size large black pullover v-neck sweater, epaulets, reinforced elbows. This is something you'd wear if you were a security guard on a tactical squad. You know, the CIA, I'm not sure. I think it may possibly be vintage, but I wasn't sure, so I didn't put that. This is going to Pennsylvania, and it's sold on eBay as well. And let's get a good old poly mailer. Actually, I could possibly use one that's in here. A neighbor of mine gives me her shipping materials, basically her recyclables. She keeps them and feels better about her shopping habit, I think. This way. Now, I don't know what she's buying. Could be necessities. And then she just doesn't want to leave the house. I don't know. I don't judge. I give her materials. And it helps offset a little bit of all the other materials I put into the world. It weighs 2 pounds. We're going to round up. And I'm going to say 2 pounds, 1 ounce, just in case. It measures 14 by 12.5 by 3. 14 by 12.5 by 3. And what did I say? 2 pounds, 1 ounce. So this will cost, did it just go up in price? Yeah, it did. We're going to say by 2. Because it's going up. You know, anyway. $9.80. With shipping, they paid $37.40. My cost of goods was $5. Marketplace fees, $8.35. I made $14.25. This sold full price, which was $24 plus shipping, and it sold after 2 years. Getting rid of some very old stuff. It sold promoted, so my fees were a little bit more expensive. Like I said, going to Pennsylvania, where I know it is already in the 30s, like in the mornings, late mornings even. There's a friend who lives in Pennsylvania. I mean, obviously, the whole state may not have the same weather, but it's cold. It was cold here today in Texas. That's where I live. Dallas-Fort Worth area. To be more precise, I am married, have 2 dogs. My elderly father lives with me. He has 2 dogs. Actually, I live with him, to be technical. He owns this house. All right, the next item is a Revitalign women's size 10 Esplanade Canvas Slide Dark Taupe Waco Shoe Company. I just listed these. These do not have the greatest sell-through rate. They were such great condition, and I just knew they would sell. Sometimes you have to go with your gut and not the sell-through rate. Sell-through rate, I didn't even write it down, so it must not have been very good. Maybe it didn't even have any. Customer offered me 22. I had them listed for 30 after 1 week because I was a little nervous about whether they'd sell. I went ahead and took that. I paid $5.41, and with shipping it was $34.30. Marketplace fees $4.80. Look through my box of boxes and see what I got here. It's way too big. I have a 12 by 6 by 6 box that'll be perfect. I'm going to get that out. It's brand new, but that's okay. Hopefully whoever receives these shoes will recycle it. This I got on eBay using my shipping discount. No, not my shipping discount. My shipping supply discount. When you have a store on eBay, you get one of those. You get a discount. Actually, I'm trying to use up all these things because I get a lot of them. And then once you know, I won't have any when I need them. But I have like a whole bag in the garage, and I have a bag here still. Okay, 12 by 6 by 6. I didn't say it's going out eBay to Virginia. And it weighs 1 pound, 9 ounces. It's going to cost $9.05 for me to ship. And I made $15.04 in 1 week. Those sold. So gut told me to get them. My gut has been wrong so many times though, so I'm not going to tell you that my gut's always right or to always listen to your gut, because my gut has been wrong so many times. It's getting better as I have more experience. Friends, family, other people will ask me sometimes, how do you know what to pick up? Research and, you know, your own knowledge grows, hopefully. Especially, you know, looking back like I do on this, you know, discussing it with you guys. And I'm going to record a November wrap up. It was the best month so far this year. I don't know if it was the best month of all time, but it was the best month this year. And looking back on things like that, really, I learned a lot from it. Okay, so I am done with that one. The next one is breakable, but it's small, so they don't make me as nervous. Super cute, teapot shaped. Oh my God, I almost dropped it. Alice in Wonderland, Cheshire Cat. It's a put your little tea bag or a spoon on, or some trinkets or rings or whatever. You could use it for so many different things. And get me some bubble. And you see me pulling like this, I'm trying to find the perforation. And it's always so hard for me to see without my reading glasses, so I'm just yanking on it until it tears. Yeah. I'm rolling it. I think this was something that was purchased at a Disney park. There's a whole tea set. This is one little piece of it, but it seems like this little piece was not so easy to find. It's called a tea bag tidy. Isn't that a cute name? Okay, I rolled it up, and now it's got some big puffy ends, and I'm gonna fold it like an S and give it some more padding that way. See? And what kind of box? It's a 6 by 5 by, okay, I've got some little boxes right here. What's this one? This one will probably work great. Yeah, that's gonna work great, and I want to put some padding in there too. You don't want to have your item like right up against the box. You know, if I put this in here and I close the top and it's like pushing on the bubble, you want room around the item even after it's bubbled up to make sure that if something gets squished, you know, set on it, that it's got some more cushion. Next time you order something breakable, take a look at how it comes. You'll see what I mean. That's why sometimes when you order things, you have like a gazillion air pockets. Other times you have a gazillion air pockets just because that's what Amazon will do. It's 8 by 6.5 by 4.5. 8 by 6.5 by 4.5. Eight by 6.5 by 4.5. Then it'll cost $5.39 to ship. I paid 10 cents. This came from the same garage sale that the Southwest Conference Cup came from, as well as the thing that I'm going to be shipping last. I got a lot of good stuff at that garage sale. Also those glass chickens, those carnival glass chickens. This is going to Connecticut. With shipping, they paid $25.03, so that breaks down to $18. That was a customer of offer, plus shipping. And my fees were $3.69. It sold in 2 weeks, and my profit was $15.85. So this was a lot easier, in my opinion, than the cup. Both were probably about the same, but to me it just felt easier. I made less on the cup, more on this. I am more likely to pick up something like this in the future than the cup just because of joy. The nostalgia's over. If I find another Southwest Conference cup, unless I find a whole set of them for super cheap, I'm probably not going to get it. Never seen them before, so probably unlikely. Next is a top, super easy to ship. I think this might be the last thing before I have to go get the large pain in the butt item. But it was a good sale, so I'm not complaining there. This is a Denim Co size medium top, new with tags. Purple velvet velour, lone sleeve. It's long sleeve. It's got 2 sleeves, not just one lone sleeve. Pointel lace trim. I don't notice these things. I relisted this a gazillion times and still didn't notice it. Lone sleeve. Yep. Let's go to Arkansas. Hope they're expecting a shirt with 2 sleeves. It sold, I believe, through the 50% off sale. Sold for $9 plus shipping. It sold after a year and a half. I got this in a Goodwill blue box. So, you know, it's a nice shirt. Just Denim Company's not a big, you know, Bolo brand. Size medium's not a, you know, fast selling size. It's a really pretty purple. And I like velour for this time of year. So with shipping, they paid $15.70. I paid $1.48. That was my average cost of goods in that blue box. You can get those on buybluebox.com. Haven't shopped there in a long time. Marketplace fees $2.53. I was sourcing from there when I couldn't get out to source myself. I've made money off of it, but it's been slow to make, you know, my money back. Well, no, I made my money back pretty quickly. And let's figure out shipping expenses. I probably should have put this in a 10 by 11. No, I put it in there good. This is an 8 by 11. 10 by 13, that's what I meant. 8 by 11, it weighs, rounding up to 10 ounces. And it's going to cost $5.30. Profit's only $6.39. I have a video where I did a look back on the Goodwill Blue Box and, you know, how I felt about it after at least a year, maybe more, of having received them and listed everything. And I made, you know, over $1,000, I want to say. I can't remember exactly. But, you know, they're not, it's like $6 at a time sometimes. Sold after a year and a half. And now the last one I'm going to tell you about, and then I'm going to put here how much profit I make once I get it all shipped up. But I'm going to ship it up off camera because I might be sweating to ship it up. I got to find a box and all that stuff. It is a good one. I bought these 3 Tonka Army trucks at a garage sale. The first one sold for over $100. I want to say it was $125, something like that. This one, maybe even more. This one sold for $68 on Facebook Marketplace. If you're listing over there, don't be dumb and check to see if you're actually selling things. This sold on the 30th, and I would have shipped it out on Sunday had I noticed, but it's going to a different email address, and I just need to go and look and see if I have sales on a daily basis. It's super simple for me to correct this problem. I just didn't do it again, and I'm glad I noticed. It's going to go out UPS ground. They paid $68 plus shipping. There doesn't seem to be a way for me to change my address permanently, so I'm constantly having to update it. That's just an aside note there. Okay, create shipping label. I paid, so it's funny that the value based on comps is the opposite of what he sold them to me for. The first one, it's going to Montana, by the way. The first one, he charged me $5 for it. It sold for the most. This one, he charged me $8, and it's selling for the second most. And I think the third one is the least valuable based on just what's available out there. Oh, I can tell you how much I made right now because they already paid for shipping. So I bought it for $8. With shipping, they paid $80.24. Marketplace fees were $8.02. Shipping expenses $12.24. And so I made $51.98. I'm going to go get it. It is a really cool Jeep with the top, with the spare tire. Those two things not everybody had, but I had those. The top had a little broken bracket, but it still stays on just fine. And I'm going to go get it. You guys have a great day, and I hope that this fourth quarter has really picked up and that you're seeing some good results. But just keep listing.